Quite literally during the live show with Ben from Sports Talk Denver, we get breaking news from Mile High. And isn't it so appropriate that it's another contract extension? Broncos Country, welcome into the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Moose. The Broncos are extending Luke Wattenberg to a 4-year, $48 million contract extension per Mike Kliss and Ari Meirov, who is an NFL insider, a former fifth-round pick. Wattenberg was scheduled to be a free agent in March, and he has started 24 games since last season. We could go back and forth about if Luke Wattenberg deserved this extension. There's been times this year where, I'm going to be completely honest with you, against the Bengals, he had 5 penalties just by himself. But since then, he's cleaned it up. I think this is a bigger message that Sean and George Paton are kind of showing us really, really quickly. And that message is they want the continuity to remain the same. Did you know the Broncos starting offensive line is all under contract through at least the end of the 2026 season? That's what this is about. George Paton, Sean Paton, they want this team to remain intact. And Luke Wattenberg, with all of the problems that he's had at times during this season, and granted, it's been a lot better since that Cincinnati Bengals game, he's a part of this offensive line. He is your starting center. He's been good, very good, and I'm happy that he got his money. I'm glad he got his contract extension. I'm glad he got his bag. I mean, that's exactly what the name of the game is for players. This is still a business. They want to get paid. But like I went back to saying, George Paton is building something here that he knows is special. Bolles, when Powers comes back, Wattenberg, Meinerz, McGlinchey. This is the most continuity-friendly offensive line. They've played together for so long, they understand what Sean Paton wants. They understand what Sean Paton desires. They understand what works and what doesn't work for the run game, and more importantly, for Bo Nix. So when I look at this signing, I don't view it as one individual player. I view it as the culture building, the culture growing in Mile High, because that's what this is about. Luke Wattenberg is now the 6th highest paid center in the league. That's great for him, great for his family. I'm very, very happy for him. But this is bigger picture. We've got to start thinking bigger picture. And the bigger picture is George Paton, Sean Paton, they've told you through the moves that they've made. They've told you through their interviews. They've told you through their record this year. This team's Super Bowl window is open, and it's not closing anytime soon. So, if you had to grade the Luke Wattenberg contract extension based off of those reasons alone, what would you give it? A, B, C, D, or F? I'm giving it an A because of the continuity. For the player, I think it's a B or a B+. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very jovial tonight. It's been a great night for Moose. It's been a great night for Ben that joined us. And on the back half of this episode, we're going to take some questions from Broncos fans that were to me, to Ben, and just about the team in 2025. But first, like I said, make sure you get down to the comment section and grade the Luke Wattenberg contract extension. Now, coming up, like I said, we're going to get into some questions. But first, got to tell you about our brand new sponsor, and that's our friends over at Cash App. Holiday season is here. You've got to be on high alert for all of those scams. I've got one going on right now for my hometown. My car's extended warranty. And here's the crazy thing. It's from an area code in my hometown, which is absolutely insane to think about. The holidays are all about finding the perfect gift, but this time of year, not every deal is actually what it seems. Scammers are getting more creative, though, to trick people into sharing payment info through methods like fake shopping sites, giveaways that are just way too good to be true, and luckily, Cash App's 24/7 fraud monitoring helps detect and alert you for unusual card activity should someone gain access to your card. So, you can act fast if something seems off. You can also lock or unlock your Cash App card instantly right in the app for extra control and peace of mind. Stay one step ahead of the scams this season and keep your money secure with Cash App. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real. Just download the Cash App, use our exclusive referral code SECURE10 in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Promotions provided by Cash App, A Block Incorporated brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. All of that in the comments and description of today's video. 6'2 Raptor. I know. We just saw it. We just broke it down a little bit. I appreciate that, though. Trying to keep me in the know, keep me in the loop. That's why I rely on Broncos Country. Luke Wattenberg signing that 4-year extension, $12 million a year, 4 years, $48 million, sixth highest paid center in the National Football League. It's a great, great contract for the Denver Broncos, keeping that continuity in for the team. Now, who are the other Broncos that we need to re-sign? Because Sean Payton made it very clear. They've already reached out to some players. They've already gone out and said, we need to re-sign someone. Or some people, I should say. Excuse me. Well, Luke Wattenberg just got the extension. That leaves 7 other players. John Franklin Meinerz, by the way, the Broncos have already said we're not interested in discussing a contract with him at this time. So that really just leaves 6. Roach, Singleton, Stranad, Dobbins, Locke, and Troutman. Well, out of those 6, I've got 4 must re-signs. 4 must-have re-signed players. Malcolm Roach, J.K. Dobbins, Singleton, and I did put Franklin Meinerz on that list, but I'm willing to part ways with him if the Broncos are saying it's going to cost too much. They could always put Savion Jones in there. That's the reason you drafted him. He's the JFM replacement. So those 3, Roach, Dobbins, Singleton. I will also say this. There is a player out there that I truly believe deserves all of the money right now because he's been playing outstanding, and I was notably hard on this guy. Jaquan McMillan deserves that contract extension. He absolutely does. The dude's been electric this year, and his best game came against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if I look at the Broncos cornerback depth chart, I don't want to part with anybody right now. They're all playing good. I don't want to part with Chris Abrams-Drain. He's been playing excellent as a rotational player and like a plug-and-play player. Jaquan McMillan's been excellent. Jahdae Barron's been covering the tight end amazingly. And Riley Moss, with the given plays, the big plays that he gives up, and the penalties, has still been an excellent fill-in as CB1 with the injured Pat Surtain. So, if you had to pick that you needed to re-sign, a player that you had to re-sign, who would it be? Let me know in the comments section down below. If I had to pick 2 players based off of this question, J.K. Dobbins, Jaquan McMillan. Those are my 2 that I'm re-signing immediately. De Jesus. Broncos odds that we sweep the rest of the season. Do you want like actual odds, like gambling odds? I don't know, like 6-1, 7-1 probably. It's very, very hard to go the rest of the season undefeated, considering you play the Packers, you play the Chiefs, you play the Chargers again, you play the Jaguars in there. But I don't think 13-4 or 14-3 is out of the realm of possibilities. I think the Broncos will most likely lose 1 more game, but that's about it. And remember, it's hard to win all of these football games in the NFL. These are the best football players in the world. Before you see me go. Cool name, by the way. What are the Broncos going to do at the running back position? Nothing, at least right now. They could go out and sign a guy like Jamal Williams. Led the league in 2022 in rushing touchdowns, 17 of them to be exact. But I don't think the Broncos are going to do anything outside of what they've got right now. It's going to be the trio, the 3-headed monster of R.J. Harvey, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Tyler Bidet. Obviously, if you can find an issue with the... what do you want to call it? If you find an issue with the power running scheme, okay, then maybe you have something else to talk about. 3 guys that you could absolutely go out and get that fit the power running scheme. Jamal Williams, that's who I want. Deontay Foreman, at number 2. And then Gus Edwards, somebody that we faced off with last year for the Los Angeles Chargers. All 3 of these guys are just kind of sitting on their couch right now, waiting to be called. Anybody want to chase a ring? Anybody want to make a couple of paychecks? Come on over to Mile High. We'll take good care of you. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. Not anything going to happen right at this moment, but I think if you see that there's a major issue in the power running scheme, maybe there's a different conversation to be had. Andy Best, do you think that the Commanders will be a trap game, and how can we win? Great question. I actually highlighted a 3-step plan on how you could beat the Washington Commanders. I do think it is the definition of a trap game. I don't think they're going to fall into the trap. The keys to victory: don't come out sluggish. You've had a lot of time to get ready for this game. You've had the bye week, Sunday Night Football. Don't come out punching people in the mouth. That's what you need to do. Step 2, punish Mariota with the blitz. If you keep the pinch on both sides and you flood him up in the pocket and you keep a quarterback spy on him so that he doesn't take off and run, he can't do anything to beat you. There's a reason this guy's a backup. Been a career backup basically since he was drafted by the Tennessee Titans. Step 3, move the pocket consistently with Bo. Get Bo rolling out to the right. We do know that there's some winter vortex type of weather going on in Washington, D.C. for this game, so maybe running or throwing the football isn't exactly what Sean Payton's plan is going to be, and that's why I said you're going to have to really see what this 3-headed monster at the running back position can do. But for the most part, I'm very okay with the game plan that I just laid out there. I think the Broncos win that game 24-10. A couple more questions here, and we'll take off. What do you think the amount of wins that we're going to get this year, and how far do you think we go in the playoffs? 13-4 is my actual prognostication. I said 12-5 at the beginning of this year. I think the Broncos make the AFC Championship game at this point, based off of what I've seen. I can't say the Super Bowl, guys, and the reason I say that is because every single team says, we want to make the Super Bowl, man. Well, of course we do, but let's talk realistically. Last year, the Denver Broncos lost first round. You have to win a playoff game this year to take the next step. But I do think it's one step beyond that, based off of what we've seen from this team so far. You've got to make it to the AFC Championship game at least. And if that game's at Mile High, then you have a real conversation to be had about making it to the Super Bowl. All right, thank you so much, Avenger. I think was that the last question? Let's do one more here from our guy, Mike Pacheco. Hopefully not related to Isaiah Pacheco. Did Von Miller sign a year contract with the Broncos? He wanted to. He definitely wanted to. He had a call with George Paton, believe it or not. Called up George and said what it's going to take to get on this team. And that was going into this football season. And George Paton essentially said, look, we've got 2 guys that are rotational pieces behind Benito and Cooper. They're Jonah Ellis. They're Dondre Tillman. And they play special teams. Von Miller doesn't play special teams at this point in his career. But I will say this, and I think this is the ultimate take before we end today's show. If you wanted to go out and sign Von Miller, I think you have to let him retire a Denver Bronco. Sign him to the vet minimum next season. Bring him on as more of a player-coach style role. He can be a locker room voice, and he can retire a Denver Bronco. That's going to do it for us on today's episode. A reminder to hit that subscribe button. Like today's video. A mile-high salute to you. Be cool.